Hello, welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to show you my game of the round 3 of the Catalonia Championship. I was playing with black, so we get into the perspective. And I have mostly all the game passed because I did it before the video, but I have some moves remaining that I will put into the analysis. First, my opponent started with d4. It was a strong opponent. 2145 it was. Now I have played uh, round 6. I made a draw. It's not been a really great tournament. I started badly because my opponents were strong, and then I lost a really bad game in round 4, and then in round 5 I won and with a tactic at the end, and now I made a draw this morning. I have been occupied by because of the preparations and the games, so I haven't been able to make the recaps. But now I have a rest day, so I'm just going to make the recaps of I think all the games that I have remaining. So my opponent played d4, and I decided to play d5. I normally play knight f6 because I normally know if they will play the London, and so I don't know, knight f6, if they play the London, it's to enter into the anti-London. But in this case, I knew he played the Queen's Gambit, so I just played d5 without caring. And here I played mainly theory. It was kind of my preparation. As you see, everything is theory. Like knight f8, I don't think I played the correct plan. Bishop d6, even if it's not seen as a mistake, I have to actually to have to play with g6 and knight e6, knight g7. Well, I'm just going to show you. I'm going to make two moves that are not good. Well, h3 is a move actually, but knight e6 was the idea. And then I'm going to play knight g7 and bishop f5, and I get my bishop out. I don't know if g4 is playable there, but there's this tactical idea in this case. Wait, what? Oh, knight takes g5 and just hang, and then knight takes g4, sorry. It was kind of stupid. I just didn't saw correctly the engine. Knight takes and then knight takes g4, I assume is the tactical idea. Yeah, knight takes. Okay, but that was the plan I had studied, but I just didn't remember it correctly, and I just played bishop d6. That it's not bad, but it's not the plan, and then I had problems. And then I was kind of annoyed that when my opponent played rook b1, it was obvious that he wanted to play b4, and I just didn't play a6 or a5. Didn't, I just allowed it because my mind doesn't even recognize that idea. I think I have to train a bit, like this kind of maneuvers and pawns attacks, because I just didn't recognize it. I just thought before was not a good idea. But of course, it's just a normal plan, and I just made bishop d6, not bad and not good. Now he played bishop g4, trying to be annoying, and against b5 I played knight d6, thinking that it was a nice move. Bishop takes f6, I'm better. You can think that after this I was losing because I lose a pawn, but here I'm better because the bishop can get trapped if he's not careful. I'm threatening bishop takes knight, like knight e5, and he has to give up a pawn, and then I think I'm better. The engine agrees, well, not better, but I have equalized, and that's really great with black. But my opponent didn't play that. My opponent played bishop h4. Well, actually, my opponent could play bishop takes h7 too, but I just played king h8, and it's kind of the same idea. I'm going to do the same. Destroy his structure, trying to take, and the bishop is kind of hanging at the end, so he will have to play bishop takes knight, queen takes, and it's kind of difficult to defend there for for white. So my opponent played bishop h4, and as you see, it's a good move, and now in worse. Bishop takes knight. You would think that this is really good, but it's a good structure. F4 and white is in a great has a great structure, and I have absolutely nothing. D5 trying to attack. I keep pressuring, but I didn't make actually any huge mistake. Oh, here is when I stopped. Collocate moves. H4. With H4, and my opponent obviously played bishop takes bishop. I wanted to force this, but it was kind of a wrong move because I have absolutely nothing. I have no attack. Rook FC1, and pressuring this pawn. It says it's a mistake. I don't think it actually is. Oh, G4. G4? I thought F4. Oh, I might have knight takes F4 there. G4, F4. No, I have nothing like that. I just have counterplay, it seems. I thought I was still worse. I played a second engine move, but it's a move that doesn't penalize the mistake, so I'm still worse. 20, rook c1, and then I played rook ac8, bishop f5. Here I'm just worse, clearly. I played rook c7. Like here I'm just worse. I did actually like one mistake. It was kind of playing bishop d6, and then 96 is an accuracy, and I'm just plus one. I'm not losing, of course. It's a plus one. It can be, I can still try to win, but it's a plus one, and against a great player. I don't know why, and I just did one simple mistake. Rook c7, knight c5. Again, really strong. Knight g7. Looks like this is a huge mistake, and again another mistake that mm, helps him capitalize the advantage. Knight g7. Now bishop h3, and then I played. Wait, what? Oh yeah, rook e7. I played the rook c to e7. Yeah. Then knight e7. To be honest, I just completely missed knight b7. I just thought he would play knight a6 and try to pressure me. But of course, it's not the best move. Knight b7 wins a tempo and gets the pawn, so it's way stronger. Knight b7, queen c7, and here I just lost a pawn. And of course, I just have to trade queen. Because if I'm done, I was losing. And then I have this idea, rook b8, trying to get into a rook endgame that could be drawn. Of course, this is not drawn. It's completely losing. I have a dominated knight. I'm up and down. The pawn structure is not bad. He can play e4 at any moment and he will get two passers. It's completely losing. So rook takes knight. Well, I don't know with what rook yeah, I take I took with this rook, and rook takes rook, rook takes, and instead rook d6, I understand lost. Because I played rook b5, and he maneuvers like this, rook a6, and I still try, well, rook b7 was a really stupid move. It's kind of a try, but he just maneuvered like this, and got the rook a5. I'm just completely destroyed. Rook b1, king g2, F5. If I was hoping to play F4 and then knight H5 or something like that. Because if he took this, I could actually try this kind of trick like this. He could take, and then I could play knight H5. And then, even if it's still lost, I am playing on. Here, I can absolutely play on. Oh, it was bishop A6, I missed that, but that actually saves nothing. King H8. Oh, rook H. Oh, and bishop F5. But then, that endgame, I probably would have lost, but that's holdable. But of course, my opponent didn't play that. My opponent didn't make the huge mistake of taking the A7 pawn. My opponent took the D5 pawn. I'm just going to, yeah, upgrade this. It's the move. Rook takes D5, and after rook takes D5, I played rook B2, rook A5, F4, and I think my opponent played E4 and didn't allow anything. Like E4 is great, and here I just resigned. I think it's kind of a premature resignation because I think I could have played a little bit longer, but I was tired. I thought it was better to rest for the next game and try to play better for the next game because this wasn't a really bad one, but it wasn't a great one either. Like he just exploited the C6 weakness, and I'm just clearly worse. I knew it was worse, but not, and it more than it was like a worse position, it was that it was really tough to play. I didn't knew the good moves, and I just tried this. Of course, I think I could have kind of tricked an more careless opponent if I played like this, but even he just can ignore me. He can just play four. He's chilling. But if he took a more careless opponent, could miss these ideas and blunder this. And here I'm playing on. Like imagine. But of course, I wasn't this lucky. I was actually hoping for this. F5 was just for that idea, but after rook takes d5, my dreams are crashed. So that's all for the video, for the recap. I'm probably going to uh, publish all the videos together, all the recaps, until the sixth round. So that's everything. Thank you for saying. Bye.